Well, R. Kelly was found guilty on all charges. He's facing potentially life in prison or like 100 years, which is the equivalent of life for anybody, including someone in their 50s.
Damn.
Were you surprised at all when he was found guilty?
I'm confused, to tell you the truth. Because they keep saying everybody knew about this. And then there was a trial before he beat, right?
Right. He beat the original trial where he had like the video of him peeing on the underage girl. He beat that.
Now, what trial is this?
This is years later with a whole different set of females.
The ones that are on the camera.
No. There are other tapes and so forth, but that original trial focused on one particular tape and one particular female, and that female took the stand and said, that's not me in the tape. From what I understand, her and her family were paid off, whatever. At that point, he was found not guilty. He went on, had a bunch of hit records, but then he kept doing what he wasn't supposed to do and kept messing with underage females. And then once the documentary hit, then it all just came up. Here's my problem
with everybody keeps saying that everybody knew. But if you listen to one of his albums, he has a lot of people on there.
Mm-hmm.
In any other court, those would be called accomplice. Because you said you knew he was doing this and you were in the studio while he was doing it. Is that accomplice? What is that? It's accomplice.
It's accomplice. Yeah.
That's like if I walk in the studio and your cameraman got this young girl panties on her knees and I don't whoop his ass and call the police, I'm an accomplice.
Yeah.
But if I just say, hey, what's for lunch? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they keep saying he had a lot of people that knew about this. And I was like, and I ain't never hung out with him. So I don't know.
Yeah, I never met him. I've never met R. Kelly. We were actually supposed to do an R. Kelly interview right before his trial. Like it was actually like getting set up and we were setting a date and everything else like that. And then they were probably like, never mind. The last minute.
I just get tired of people saying, yeah, we all knew. Okay, you got to go. And you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go.
Yeah. I mean, all the parents that dropped off their little girls with them and all that type of shit, knowing like that was the most public trial ever. That tape circulated everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The fact, I personally think that, listen, they knew and they figured this was their shot. Okay, well, I'll let
that
R.
don't
Kelly
mean nothing though. That don't really mean that. Wrong is still wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong can't be wrong now when he broke. Wrong got to be wrong when he was whatever them songs he was singing. Wrong had to be wrong then. Because I'm telling you, if you walk into the studio and he's got one of these underage girls there and you just ride with it, he should be going, hey man, they got us, come on. They got us. They got us. They got us, come on man, they got us. Because I was like, didn't he have a court date? But you just broke it down. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. The tape was weird to me too because just listen. It's a VHS tape.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when the 80s?
It could be the 90s.
89? How old was he?
I mean, in his 30s, I think.
He can't be 30 in 89.
How old is R. Kelly?
He can't be 30 in 89.
R. Kelly is 54 years old. He was
Right.
born in 67.
Right.
So in the 90s, in 97, he was 30 years old.
But I'm saying the tape, when it was recorded,
he was way over 18. Let's put it like that.
How do you know that?
I mean, he looked like a 30-something-year-old man he had.
But see, we going on speculation. But it was a
well, okay. Let's put it like this. Because I remember watching some documentaries around this. The house that it was filmed in, he owned at the point that he was like in his 30s. You know what I'm saying?
He did own the house?
They have, he did it in his own house.
Oh, okay.
There's sort of like a log cabin. There's a very specific type of log cabin looking kind of room, whatever, that the house was eventually sold. Like they showed the actual house that it was filmed in, and it matched the tape and everything else like that.
Well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different type of stupid. If you're going to do crimes, you're going to tape it. But then again, it happens every day on social media. So you can't even say R. Kelly's.
You ever watch the first 48?
Right. Exactly. Exactly.